I'm back.
What's up, Tampa Bay? I hope everybody is staying safe, staying bright, and staying fed with some delicious delights. I'm Chuck Turgeon, the most hype man you will meet on the street, here to get you in the know about tonight's show. On this episode, we talk to Bishop McLaughlin Catholic School and how their athletic program has thrived academically and how they are dealing with high school sports during COVID. Then, Michael gets cooking when we go to the Aprons Cooking School at Publix in Citrus Park. And finally, we find out how the Walk to End Alzheimer's is now coming to your neighborhood. And now, for your host, the always magnificent Michael Clayton!
Well, it's no secret that COVID-19 has had a negative impact on the world, but I'm the type of person that will try to find a positive in everything. So here we go. The negatives. All sports come to a screeching halt, but not for long. A plan was made and now sports are back, but not in the same way. Major League Baseball fans, you're out, but your cardboard body replacement is totally safe, unless you're Austin Dunley, who was the first cardboard body to be decapitated by a home run hit by LA Dodgers catcher Will Smith. Now, death by decapitation is never a good thing, but let's be positive. Mr. Cardboard Dunley is on his way to heaven because he died a holy man. And Will Smith actually responded to Austin's social media post, which was pretty cool, and sent them an autographed bat. So, thanks to COVID, my man Austin got an experience of a lifetime. And to the Dodgers and to Will Smith, job well done. You know, I wonder if Cardboard Dunley got counted as a COVID death. COVID has also found its way to turn a negative into a positive when this White Sox fan purchased 100 cardboard bodies of himself, which costed him almost $5,000. Now, frivolous spending in the middle of a pandemic, sir, I think your character just might be in question. Sir, would you like to make a photocopy of your kid? No. Your dog? No. Nieces and nephews? No. Me, just me. 100 cardboard me's, please. But like I said, let's be positive. 100% of the money that he spent was donated to charity. So when you really look at it, it was actually a pretty cool gesture. I mean, narcissism in the most positive way. And last, but certainly not least, we have lost a lot of lives due to COVID. I mean, seriously, it's no joke. It's a serious thing. But in this case, COVID has even raised one from the dead. The cameras caught Bernie Lomax catching the Kansas City Royals game. I mean, Bernie's not dead. No, he is alive. I mean, I got a chuckle picturing old Bernie, cardboard body, sliding off the seat. Bernie's life matters. We got a great show. Let's play ball.
I don't really like to smile anymore because the dentures are not right. They're not Dinah, because I want my identity back. So that's one of the main reasons why that I came to Trinity Dental Arts. And when I looked, I said, you got it right on target. Oh, Dinah, you look like Dinah again. It's the people. You could take the same office and put other people in it, and it's not going to be Trinity Dental Arts. There's a difference here.
Not every city is created equal, and we're living in the times that most would call uncharted waters. Now, some sports leagues in college around the country, like the Big Ten, have canceled fall sports, while at the same time, high schools and other college leagues are fighting to give their athletes an opportunity to play during this time of COVID-19. Today, I'm joined by Athletic Director of Bishop McLaughlin Catholic High School, Rex DeVries, to talk about the process of safely allowing kids to play sports. Rex, thank you so much for joining us today. Now, under your leadership, Bishop McLaughlin Athletics has really thrived academically. All right, and the school ranks #1 in Pasco schools with an overall graduation rate of 100% of all sports. I say that again, 100% graduation rate of all sports. Kind of tell me how that process has been, and why are you guys so high on academics?
Yeah, first of all, Michael, thank you so much for inviting us out here. It's a great set. Your set is amazing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you again. But it starts with our principal. You know, we have a great administration team there. They've put in a lot of work, dedication to build a solid academic program. And I've been fortunate to be in a great place like Bishop McLaughlin, and now we're excelling. So it starts with our administration.
Talk a little bit about COVID-19. It has impacted the country. How has it impacted sports at Bishop McLaughlin?
It's impacted us a lot. You know, the biggest thing for me, we didn't know what to expect. The sports in 2019, we really took a hit. I remember when baseball was going on and got a phone call from the administration, and they told me, hey, the next day, all sports is not going to happen, right? And it's a big hit for us. But overall, I've taken it as an opportunity to build our programs and grow our programs. But for the kids, it's been a big hit. I know a lot of them, especially some of our student athletes, they want to play. They want to get out there. And for us, it's really putting the systems in place, like, making sure we're following the CDC guidelines, making sure we're following the state guidelines, and following what the St. Pete Diocese wants us to do.
How, in that note, how do you think that COVID-19 will affect the future of sports?
Well, I think the biggest thing is fan experience, right? I know you play professionally, and for us, it's about the fans. And for me, it's about the fan experience and the parents coming to watch the game. I think that's going to take away a little bit of the experience in the future of sports because of, our student athletes. They thrive off that. As a director of athletics at a high school level, I thrive off, the fan and the fan experience. So not having that, I think in the future is going to be tough.
We talk about the academics and sports collectively, but what makes the sports programs so special at Bishop?
It's like I said, the academics, like you mentioned earlier, and the student athlete experience for us. For me, it's about the students and the student athlete experience, getting our athletes out there, give them the exposure that they need. Also giving them, that value that they wouldn't get at a normal public school. And that's what our private school offers. We offer that family-like atmosphere, and that's what we have to offer.
So when people hear about having 100% graduation rates for all of your sports, that raises the antennas for all parents. And I want to make sure parents have the information about your school and your athletic program in case they're interested in sending their kids to come get your type of leadership. So
they could follow our social media sites, Bishop McLaughlin Athletics, on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And they also can access our website if they're interested in coming to Bishop McLaughlin, bishopmclaughlin.com. And if they're interested in just looking at the vision of the athletic program, they can go to www.bishopmclaughlinathletix.com.
We talk about how COVID-19 has impacted the country and sports programs across our country, but you guys are trying to put together safely what the NBA has done, created a bubble so that they can safely play. And you have a basketball tournament coming up in October. Tell us a little bit about that.
Correct. So it's exciting times, being a director of athletics and also venturing off and open up new opportunities. So we started the Sunshine State bubble. It's going to give the student athletes in the high school level and an opportunity to play in good territories following those CDC guidelines. So they would quarantine like they do in the NBA, and then they would have their games from Tuesday to Friday. So the event is October 10th through the 16th, and it's going to be at the RP Funding Center in Lakeland. So we're excited about that. We're working on a few the partnerships that we have with Gatorade and the different partnerships we have with those organizations. So we're excited about that big event.
Well, most importantly, I think that the seniors are really excited about having an opportunity to play because worldwide seniors are being highly impacted on what schools they can go to. So Rex, thank you for your efforts in allowing our kids an opportunity to shine in this pandemic, and thank you for your service and what you do for our young people.
No worries, Michael. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you and appreciate what you guys are doing. Thank you so much.
Don't go anywhere because after the break, we're joined by head basketball coach Derek Sharp and two of the top players in the country to see exactly how they're navigating these waters through COVID and talk a little bit about their futures playing the sport of basketball. Stay tuned.
This year, the Alzheimer's Association Walk to End Alzheimer's is everywhere. On every sidewalk, track, and trail across this country. All of us are raising funds for one goal: a world without Alzheimer's and all other dementia. Because this disease isn't waiting, neither are you. Take the first step on your walk right now. Go to alz.org/walk.
I'm now joined by Assistant Athletic Director and basketball head coach Derek Sharp and two of the top players in the country, Emmanuel Sharp and Dylan Mitchell. Thank you guys for joining us today. Now, Coach, you're nearing your first year at Bishop, and it's been trying times. But how has this experience been like for you?
Like you said, trying times. I mean, that's a good way to describe it. But it's just a chance for us to kind of dig deeper into the academic side of things and getting these guys focused in the classroom until, we're able to really focus on athletics and playing games and whatnot. But, get our base right, figure out what these guys are going to do in college and start thinking ahead.
Talk a little bit about your basketball career and why that led you to kind of being the guy at Bishop to coach these young men.
Well, I think kind of like Rex, just my vision and what I see. I'm always in search of something better or a better opportunity for me, for him. And I think going to Bishop, that gives us a chance to kind of up our game, play against better competition, have better teachers, have a better education. So just an upgrade for us on all levels in that aspect.
Emmanuel, how has it been, your experience playing under your coach and actually going to Bishop? How's that experience been for you so far?
But it's great. He plays to my strengths. I mean, he knows what I can do. He's always hard on me, but I always know it's because he loves me. Going to Bishop and playing under him, like continuing to play under him, it's great for me, and it's gonna bring me to the next level.
All right, and Dylan, I have to first apologize because these seats were made for a 6'4" guy, not a 6'9" guy, so I apologize about that. But how's this experience been like for you playing for Bishop and for Coach Sharp?
It's been good. During Corona, we haven't been able to start, practicing and stuff, but I've been getting a lot of workouts in, conditioning in. I've known both of these dudes since I was little, back in like 6th grade and stuff, so it's been good. We've been getting a lot of workouts in. I'm just ready to start.
I'm interested in, the world is impacted by COVID. What are some of the things that you're learning now that it's not all focused on sports? You got to know something else now. Like, what are some of the things that students are going through from your perspective?
I would say, like me a lot, like now that sports isn't really there right now, I've been bored at home a lot. So I know like getting into other things, finding other hobbies instead of sports is definitely a big thing right now.
And Emmanuel, how about for you?
The same. I would say the same. Like doing stuff at my house that I wouldn't usually do, like during the day, because I would have other things to do, like playing sports. But just sitting at home, playing with my siblings, my brothers, and like interacting with my family more than I would usually do during the year.
When times like this hit, Coach, teachers and coaches, we have to continue. What has COVID taught you or given you in a positive light where you're able to educate these kids on how to be better and things to think about? What has it led for you to educate your kids?
Well, usually, since the COVID hit, usually in the summertime, it's a lot of time for the guys to go play AAU and, they're just playing a lot. And, with COVID, it gives us a chance to kind of sit back, try to focus and train on specific things that you might be weaker at, and gives you more time to actually work on yourself overall, not just basketball-wise or whatever your sport is, but working on your entire self, spiritually, physically, all levels.
That is very important. And thank you guys. You got a great coach. Listen to your father. All of those great examples. This is a tough time for the whole wide world. And I just appreciate you, Coach, for the work and the service that you do at Bishop. Thank you guys for joining us. And I love your mask, by the way.
Represent. Mask up, people. We want to get back to it.
Mask up. Everybody stay masked up, including myself.
When we come back, Michael gets cooking in the Publix Aprons kitchen. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and to see expanded interviews, subscribe to our YouTube channel at Michael Clayton Live.
I earn your trust, I earn your business.
Call Ierna
Iona's Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Iona's and Bryant are doing whatever it takes to keep you and your wallet comfortable. CAC 1-813-676.
IonaAir.com.
As promised, I told you guys we would be cooking up a delicious meal in the kitchen. Now, I'm shopping at Publix and came across this wonderful brochure, and I learned that Publix actually has a cooking school. So we came down to the Publix at Citrus Park, and the chef is ready for me inside. I got my apron, I got my mask, and I'm ready to cook. Come inside and join me. Well, I'm finally here with Chef Anthony Lagerfo. I'm from Louisiana, he's from New York, and we're meeting for some wonderful kitchen magic right here in Florida. And I'm so excited to be here for you because I've promised our guests and our viewers that we were gonna cook on the show. So thank you for having us at the Publix Aprons Cooking School. And I'm excited to get started, Chef. Where do we start?
Well, first of all, it's my pleasure to have you here in my kitchen. We're gonna make a panzanella salad today with whipped feta cheese. And the first thing we have to do is get our bread in the oven because that's going to take the longest.
All right.
Right? So we have a French baguette that we're going to dice up.
Dice it up. So
I don't need to get Band-Aids.
Can you no Band-Aids?
Right.
Now, can I mess this up? Is there any way to mess this up, or you just
Honestly,
do the best you can?
You know what? That's a great question with this recipe because this is like a peasant recipe. These are people in Italy that were just living off the farm.
Yes.
And the bread is actually torn, really. They would just rip up stale bread.
Now, as the bread, now we got bread. Now, a lot of people like, just to keep it simple, but we're here today to make some magic. Now, I gotta guess that we're gonna add a little something to this bread. Am I right?
Of course. Let's put this in that small bowl right there. Okay, and we want to get this in the oven because the recipe originally is with stale bread.
Gotcha.
So we want to toast it to give it some texture. You could take this extra virgin olive oil, okay, and then just a little bit of salt and pepper.
Little bit
we're
of
using
salt.
kosher salt and ground black pepper.
Now, do you have to make a noise when you're putting your salt on? All right.
A bam-free zone.
A bam-free zone.
No bamming up here.
All right, maybe a little booyah.
That's perfect.
A little booyah. Maybe that's a little bit
too
much.
So you just want to get that coated with some of the oil. The oven will be set to about 325, and we're just going to spread that out on that tray.
All right.
And then into the oven it goes for about 10 minutes, and they'll get nice and toasty. Okay, so
Easy
let me get
peasy.
this out of the way.
All right, so Chef, let's take a quick break. Tell me a little bit about the Publix Aprons Cooking School because I lived in this area, had no idea that a school's here, and you guys have been here for 20 plus years, right?
Yeah.
Well, tell us a little bit about what things go on here.
So up here in the cooking school, we run daily classes. Our classes consist of hands-on and demonstration style classes where in a hands-on class, the people come on up, they have cutting boards, knives, all the ingredients just like you have here.
Yes.
And we walk them through just like I'm doing with you. They do all the cutting, all the chopping, filleting fish, baking homemade bread, decorating cakes, whatever it is, right? And then after everything's prepared, after 2 hours of cooking, they sit down and eat, and we pair beer and wine to go with their meal. So for an average cost of like $50 a person, they get the lesson, they eat everything they prepare, and in addition to all that, they get 20% off all these gadgets and all the housewares. They get 20% off the wines that we pour during the class.
So not only is this teaching you how to be dynamic in the kitchen, but to me it sounds like it'll be a great date night.
Oh, it's perfect date night. You know what I found? I've been doing this 10 years now with Publix, and I found that this is the perfect environment for people to make friends.
So what next? What do we have here?
All right, so in here we have some cream cheese and feta cheese.
All right.
Okay, and we're gonna whip that up. So we'll lock that in, it goes on this side, and then twist it, no wait, lift it, and then on that, yep.
All right, I got you.
There you go.
I'm an easy learner, baby. I'm an easy learner.
Right, and then we're just going to hit that button. Yeah, just hold it. And we want to just get that nice and creamy, okay? And then while you're doing that, hold down that button, and I'm going to pour oil into the top. All right. And it's just going to emulsify it.
Emulsify it.
Emulsify.
That's a nice word.
You like that?
Emulsify it.
So what we're doing is we're blending it in slowly to make an emulsification.
So pulling things together.
Exactly.
I like
Mayonnaise. Egg yolks and oil. That's all it
This
is.
country could use a little emulsifying.
I would say so too, but that's a topic for another day.
Yes, indeed.
All right, so now we're just going to put a little bit of salt and pepper in there as well.
A little salt.
Booyah! All right, come on, I
You
was
with
waiting
me
for
now?
it.
You with me? He's with me.
All right.
I love it.
And then I have a lemon cut right there.
All right.
You can just grab that squeezer, put it in cut side down.
Cut side down.
Yep. And just do a little bit because the rest of it's going to go into the dressing.
We don't want to make it too bitter.
My eye. No, just
Come on, you scared me there. You told me I couldn't mess it up, Chef.
I'm going to do this for you this time, all right?
All right.
All right, so now let's just smooth that out. Boom, that's done.
Booyah.
All right, so we can move this out of the way because we don't need this for a little while.
All right.
All right.
So how can people learn more about classes, everything that's online, more information about cooking here at the school?
So we offer classes every day, sometimes twice a day. And they could go to Publix.com and just kind of navigate their way to Aprons, and that'll take you to our calendar. And they could see the calendar for all 11 schools.
Well, speaking of navigating, how has the Publix Aprons Cooking School navigated these times during COVID?
Pretty successful, I'll tell you, because Publix, you know, safety is first on a regular day.
Yeah.
But over here, we sanitize, we clean everything daily, before, during, and after classes. We're accommodating the 6-foot distance. You can see we're wearing masks now,
yes.
and it's not because of my breath this time. All right. But we're just following all the guidelines to make people feel safe when they get here.
Smells like some
Oh,
more,
all right,
baby.
I see what you're saying.
Yes.
All right, so we're going to put that in that nice bowl because, you know, presentation is everything, like you
Presentation,
said.
yes.
Right? The sauce.
The sauce, baby.
Starts at the bottom, works its way to the top. Right? And then we're going to take some of that beautiful whipped feta that you made.
Feta.
And we're just going to put a little bit right on top. And there you have it, panzanella salad. You know what? I didn't bring a fork.
Listen, I'm from Louisiana, baby. Everything is a finger food.
That's
you know?
right.
I gotta try. this.
Waiter, can we get a fork, please? That's going to be your new favorite thing, right?
If you're trying to make an impression on your lady friend, let me tell you, fellas, this is the place to be. Public Aprons Cooking School. Teach you some greatness in the kitchen, man. And man, you can make a lot of memories in the kitchen.
Yeah,
learning
definitely.
these techniques.
You know what? In the past, everybody went to the living room or something. Now, the party is always in the kitchen.
Oh my goodness.
Okay? You got to do it right.
Gotta do it big. That's delicious. That is delicious.
And you made it all.
Chef, thank you for having us today in your
My
house.
pleasure. You're always welcome.
You rocked it, baby.
After the break, Michael is talking the walk against Alzheimer.
I know what you're thinking. I need a job.
Well, I've been there.
I've been there.
But you gotta keep
You
going.
just need the right skills. Find an apprenticeship.
I found a course online.
You can do this.
You will find something.
We'll find something new.
We're here with Christine Lee, Director of Walk for the Alzheimer's Association here in Tampa. And for a brief minute, Christine, I want to take a time to reminisce about last year's event held right behind us in Raymond James Stadium. How was this event? How many people turned out, and how was the support throughout the city?
We were so excited last year for our first year at Raymond James Stadium. We had about 3,000 individuals come out to walk with us. We actually got to walk inside the stadium on the pirate ship. It was so much fun. We're so sad we can't be in the stadium again this year, but we're excited that we're walking everywhere in all of our local communities, from downtowns all the way to small towns.
Well, I think it's okay to be sad, but I really do see a good side. And I say that because this year's walk will be a walk everywhere, where people will have an opportunity to walk in their neighborhoods and share awareness about Alzheimer's and ending dementia everywhere. Talk about that concept of what that's going to look like in November for everybody to jump on board. Doesn't matter what time you need. You know, you have a specific time. You can take your time out to walk this year on your own.
Yeah, so everyone can join us for our live main stage opening ceremony. We'll be broadcasting it. Michael will be speaking on it since he's our event chair for this year. We'll have representatives holding our Promise Garden flowers, which represent how they've been affected by the disease. And then we invite everyone to walk in their neighborhoods when they can on that day or a day close to it. And then we will have a drive-by Promise Garden ceremony that individuals can come to Raymond James and drive through and see all the pretty flowers. So that'll be really, really unique this year.
Yes. So the world was impacted by COVID, and every business in the country had to navigate those waters, and the Alzheimer's Association was diligent in navigating those waters. Talk a little bit about the programs and services and how they apply now post-COVID opposed to how things were before the pandemic.
Yeah, so we are really fortunate to have such a strong army of volunteers and staff. We were actually able to transition all of our local support groups, all of our educational programs, everything the Alzheimer's Association does. We have an RV called the Brain Bus that travels around the entire state. We are able to bring all of those services virtually to still serve our constituents, and we are still hosting educational programs, local support groups every day of the week throughout the whole state for everyone to see.
I really want to talk about how important it is for the Alzheimer's Association and the work that you do, how exactly the impact that you make.
So we are the leading nonprofit funder of Alzheimer's and dementia related research behind the US and Chinese governments, which is incredible. So every year we host an international conference where scientists across the world gather. We're big into sharing in our organization because we all have that one common goal to ultimately end the disease.
So back to the walk. The walk will be everywhere. What's the date? What's the time? What's the goal? For everyone to jump on board and support the Alzheimer's Association.
Yeah, so the walk is on November the 7th. You can register at alz.org/walk. And everything we do is free, all of our programs and services we offer. If you need more information, you're more than welcome to reach out to our helpline number, which is 800-272-3900.
Christine, in these days, everyone is looking for things to be easy, and we have a new phone app to make sure that everyone can be registered. Talk a little bit about that.
We do have an app. It's free to download for Androids or iPhones. You can register your team through the app. You can check your fundraising, sharing why you're walking, sharing your story, and asking for donations or them to join your team.
Well, as the chair of this wonderful event, the Walk to End Alzheimer's Everywhere, I'm excited to be with my family on November 7th. Walking to bring awareness to the Alzheimer's Association, and I cannot wait to make sure that we are all on board to help those who are dealing with all types of dementia. Now, I'm a person of swag, and you can see that the Alzheimer's Association is all about the purple. Christine, you told me that you were going to bring me some swag.
I do have a superhero surprise for our superhero chair.
Oh my goodness.
So there is an awesome cake
What's
for
the cake?
you. Because we love everything you do, and you are such an amazing champion
Show
for
my
us.
swag.
There's your swag.
All right.
So Michael is our superhero.
Now with a cape like this, you can't walk. You gotta run.